Hello, this is Xbox Ahoy, and this is the bonus footage from the recent Time to Kill episode on the Underslung attachments. Looks like I've got about 13 minutes of footage, so rather than ramble on no particular subject, I thought I'd maybe pluck out some of the comments on the video itself and talk about those, or respond to them, or whatever. Something like this. LinuxZ6 says, "Woot, go Xbox Ahoy, back to weekly videos." Indeed, that's 5 weeks now with a video on each Sunday. I dare say I've found a schedule that actually works for me. Da Supreme 666 says, "Please, please, please make a BF3 weapon guide." Well, aside from the fact that I don't have the time to actually develop and produce a Battlefield guide, and aside from the fact that I don't play a massive amount of Battlefield at the moment, I can't do it anyway because I'm under a exclusivity contract that's renewed every 6 months. I mean, it's not like I've got a long history of doing Battlefield content. In fact, I've never made a Battlefield history in my entire life. So in essence, I'm being compensated for doing nothing. Next up, Fireprince 688. Only Xbox Ahoy can turn a noob tube into a skill cannon. Well, to be fair, in Modern Warfare 3, they're all skill cannons because they've been nerfed so hard. It was hard work getting all these clips, I can tell you that much. Vodka Knockers asks, "I don't get it. All of the shotguns fire the same 12-gauge round, but deal different damages." Oh, I see these discussions all the time in the comments, especially on stuff like the Vector and the UMP-45 videos. The Vector fires a 45 caliber bullet. It should do the same damage as the UMP-45. Yeah, well, it doesn't. It's called weapon balance. Imagine if the Vector did do the same damage as the UMP-45. It would have a faster fire rate, no recoil, and massive damage. You've got to have a trade-off somewhere. Alright, Dan in Anna 1 says, "Truly will be a one-man army. Such a good line, affiliated with such horrible, horrible memories." That's pretty much what I was going for, if I'm honest. I couldn't do a video on the Underslung stuff without evoking the horror that was MW3. The MR-Nate0 says, "Damn it, I was looking forward to the Weapons of Modern Warfare." Sorry about that, I do Time to Kill and the Weapons of Modern Warfare alternating weeks. So next week it'll be the Weapons of Modern Warfare, the week after that it'll be Time to Kill Recoil, and then, you know, back and forth. As a side note, I'm actually fairly impressed at how the Weapons of Modern Warfare is actually performing. It was kind of a stopgap series, one that occupied almost a loophole in that I couldn't do weapon guides, but I could cover weapon history. And I've got to say, I wasn't sure if a pure weapon history series would fly so well. I mean, I know Behind the Lines would be gratefully received, but that's a metric shed ton of work. 060 Steve says, "Good luck with the recoil, Stuart." Well, thank you for that. The recoil is going to be a tough episode to do. It's something that I've always planned to do with Time to Kill, but I haven't been brave enough to tackle it. It's quite a complex thing to explain, so I don't know, it's going to be tough. But I have a week and a half, and I'm fairly confident I can pull this off. Look at me, I'm Crank says, "Time to Kill Recoil." Now the ACR and the MP7. Oh wait, there is no recoil. Well, there's a little bit. But I'll probably, whilst recording, I'll probably focus on the high recoil weapons. So I'll break out the AK-47. And probably some of the LMGs as well. The LMGs will be good examples for the difference between gun kick and view kick. But that's all coming in the next Time to Kill. Halo Slayer 1919 says, "One-man army." I get it. MW2 sucks now. Well, to be fair, it hasn't really changed all that much. So if you think it sucks now, then I'm afraid it's always sucked. There have always been tubes in MW2. That was one of the reasons I preferred free-for-all, is that there was generally a lower amount of them. CJ Almighty says, "Stuart, you make the highest quality videos on YouTube. You truly are the best at what you do." Well, thank you for the compliment, of course. Sad to say, really, but I don't think YouTube really engenders quality as a primary attribute. There's no space for me who spends, 4 hours on a 15-second segment, when compared to, so many of the YouTubers who, dare I say, just talk over a gameplay video for 10 minutes and then call it a wrap. Mind you, that's pretty much what I'm doing now. So, I mean, there is a place for commentary, of course. Alright, Tokirak says, "FAL underbarrel shotty for the win." There was a glitch, wasn't there? I think the FAL had stupidly long range on it for some reason. Anyway, it was the underbarrel shotty of choice for hardcore, if I recall correctly. But personally, I'd rather have a holographic sight on the FAL. LineyCran11 says, "Love your alliterations." What was the line? I think it was, "Deadly danger, close level damage." Yes, it was intentional, of course. I seldom miss an opportunity for a bit of wordplay like that. Inspector Badass says, "Yo dog, I heard you like weapons, so we put weapons on your weapon so you can kill while you kill." That would be an exhibit reference then. Very clever. Yes, very deserving of the 101 thumbs. Typical YouTube comment fare, but I suppose it's better than the people who just repeat the ending pun of the video. Nameless9485 says, "I love his title, Melons." I love it too. It's irreverent and witty, but unfortunately our clan leader has changed it. The whole Melons thing is kind of an in-joke, really. I would explain it, but it's kind of lame, and I prefer the sense of mystery. Gamehead91 says, "Isn't the master key meant for breaching doors? Hence the name, Master Key." What did I say? I think I said it was intended for underbarrel mounting, which is true. You know, sometimes two statements about the same weapon can be true. I know people like to pick holes in what I say in the script, but I maintain the Master Key is designed for underbarrel mounting because it is. I will concede it is also meant for breaching doors. Maybe I should have mentioned that, but I didn't. No point crying over spilt milk and written scripts. Not Tiny Lil says, "You truly will be a one-man army." Yeah! First of all, terribly cliched comment, referencing CSI. Very droll. And second of all, you spelt truly wrong. Mr. Cheddar Cheese says, "With his presentation, I almost feel that noob tubes are actually okay to use. Haha." Listen, don't let anybody tell you different. Noob tubes are fine to use in MW3. If anything, they're underpowered. But, you know, I suppose they're kind of fun to use sometimes. They're great with recon, and they're great on certain game modes. Domination on, you know, tightly contested points and that sort of thing. But most of the time, you'd probably fare better with bullets, so if you want to tube in MW3, go for it, I say. Icanhas Obo says, "I may not play COD anymore, but boy do I love your vids." I get that a lot, actually. I'm starting to wonder if anybody plays COD who watches my vids. I figure there must be a few. I mean, heck, I still play COD, if only to record gameplay footage. 5Hishi says, "After watching Xbox Ahoy's videos, I get pumped for COD. After playing it for a few minutes, I come back to reality and realise it's a broken mess. Still, the vids make it seem so balanced and fun, like shooting enemies around a corner. When I try that, I either get hit markers and then quickscoped or randomly shot through a wall, even though I wasn't there, lag compensation. Great vids though. I think one of the keys to actually enjoying COD is coming to terms with the fact that it's just a game. And you know what? Every so often you are going to have a death that maybe wasn't your fault. But it works both ways. It's especially apparent in free-for-all with the spawns being how they are. You know, sometimes you're going to get killed right off spawn. But then other times, you're going to go on a monster 10-man spree, killing fools off their own spawn like it isn't a big thing at all. So it goes both ways. You've just got to remember that. For me, it's all about the meta game anyway. I'm all about completing challenges. I don't care how frustrating the actual gameplay is. Brandon R1 says, "Actually, there was a grenade launcher in COD 3, but not sure if he counted it underslung." Yes, there probably was, yes. I know World at War had the rifle grenades. And, yeah, I could have mentioned them, but I didn't really see any value in it. Technically, they're not underslung, and, I mean, they're pretty dull, really. And if I was going to mention them, I'd only have to play the games and get some footage. I don't own COD 3, and I'm pretty sure World at War is pretty hacked. I'm not even sure if I've got rifle grenades unlocked for any classes, so I just skipped over it because it's not a big deal. Red Eye Attacking wonders, "I wonder how many people Xbox Ahoy annoyed while recording for the grenade launcher." You know, I hate to say it, but I did not get a single piece of hate mail while recording. Not one. Not a single one. I think I got recognised a couple of times. But I didn't get any hate mail, which was disappointing to say the least. I wasn't doing too bad with the grenade launchers. I mean, I think I was pulling a positive KD in most cases, which is about all you can hope for. But I guess they're balanced enough that they're not that infuriating to die by. quite honestly, the people I killed, they were firmly in my sights, and I landed a well-placed grenade at their feet. There was really not much argument over the kill in most cases. Blaze122 says, when he said one-man army, my eyes glazed over, and I started getting flashbacks of Wasteland. Explosions, chopper gunners, death, all delivered by the soft thwomp of the MW3/GP25. Sometimes I have nightmares where I hear the harsh countdown timer of the nuke, and I wake up screaming in a cold sweat. Changing kit. I've got to say, I think that was my favourite comment on the whole video, so congratulations for them. You only got 4 thumbs up, so I don't know, maybe you should have made a CSI reference or an arrow to the knee joke, but I think you did rather well. I was rather hoping to sort of raise some nasty flashbacks with the one-man army comment, and I think your comment sort of encapsulates that spirit. Alright, Rondart says, Dear Xbox Ahoy, it has come to the point where I salute at the screen at the end of your videos. You truly deserve it. Well, thank you for the compliment, you strange fellow. I just hope you don't do it in any public places. Alright, time for one more comment, I think. 2007 RNC says, the Master Key should be the strongest shotgun. It will be balanced by a 4 shell cap, and the fact that it is an attachment. The low damage makes it all but useless. Well, I shall agree with you on the point that the low damage makes it all but useless. It is a fairly useless attachment. Yes, I know, I said it had a niche use in the Time to Kill video, and it kind of does. But in practical terms, it's so inconsistent. And hipfire is usually pretty effective on the assault rifles, so there's no real need for the underslung shotguns. Of course, weapon balance is not a simple thing to get right, and if they made it too powerful, then, well, you'd see a whole bunch of people running riot with it. Just think of the Model 1887s. More to the point, if it was actually better than the primary shotguns, then there would be no reason at all to use a primary shotgun. So of course the Master Key has to be worse than the primary weapons, it just has to be. If it's not, then it kind of erodes the reason to use a primary shotgun. So in practical terms, there's a very, very, very narrow island of potential damages and strengths that the weapon can have without being overpowered and without being useless. Honestly, I think, yeah, as it stands, it probably could use a buff. I think maybe it needs stopping power or the, a little bit of a damage buff to it. Maybe that's what it's been balanced for. I don't know, it's hard to say. But yeah, the shotguns... doing all of the shotgun challenges for all of the assault rifles was not the most fun I had. Let's put it that way. It was quite a frustrating affair at times. But I did it, and I produced Time to Kill, Underslung, and I'm done with all those challenges now, which is nice. Like I say, it's all about the metagame. Anyway, those are the clips. This is the bonus footage. And until next time, farewell.